Question number 1 is, which of the following can be beaten into thin sheets? First is zinc, second is phosphorus, and third is sulfur, and D is oxygen. So which of the following can be beaten into thin sheets? As we know, metals can be beaten into thin sheets, but non-metal cannot be beaten into thin sheets. So out of 4 examples, A, zinc is a metal, so it can be beaten into thin sheets. So this is the answer, zinc, because zinc is are non-metals. And next is, which of the following statement is correct? First is, all the metals are ductile. Second is, all non-metals are ductile. And third is, generally metals are ductile. And D is, some metals are ductile. And it can be changed into thin wires. Correct. First is, all metals are ductile and all non-metals are ductile. And third is, generally metals are ductile. And D is, some non-metals are ductile. As we know, all metals are ductile. This is wrong. As we know, the mercury metal, which cannot be converted into wires. So A is incorrect. And B is, all the non-metals are ductile. This is also wrong. And C is, generally metals are ductile. So mostly metals are ductile except mercury. So C is the right answer. So generally metals are ductile. So this is the right answer. And next is, phosphorus is a very dash non-metal. And what do you mean by non-metal? The which shows the property, which does not show the property ductility, sonority, and all metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. So first we So as we know, phosphorus, we store phosphorus in kerosene oil. Why we store it in kerosene oil? Because it is a very reactive non-metals. And second is, metals are dash conductor of heat and electricity. Reactive than copper. As we know, more reactive. How can we find which is more reactive? Iron is more reactive than copper. We can find with the help of reactivity series. So next is, metals react with acids to produce dash gas. As we know, when metal react with acids to produce dash gas, all metals when react with acids, it produce hydrogen gas with the pop sound. So it produce hydrogen gas with the pop sound. So this is clear. And next is true false. First true false is, generally non-metals reacts with acids. As we know, when non-metal reacts with acids, as we know, all non-metals does not react with acids. All metals react with acids, but non-metals does not react with acids. So this statement is a false statement. And next is, sodium is a very reactive metal. As we know, sodium is a very reactive metal. This is true or false? Yes, it is a true. We store sodium in kerosene oil because it is a very reactive metal. So next is copper displaced zinc from zinc sulfate solution. So this is when copper displaced zinc from zinc sulfate solution, this is false. Why this is false? Because it is less reactive than another element. And next is coal can be drawn into wires. So coal is a non-metal. It cannot be drawn into wires. So this statement is also a false statement. All non-metal cannot be drawn into wires. So this is a very false statement. And next is some properties are listed in the following table. You have to distinguish between metals and non-metals. First is appearance, and second is hardness, and third is malleability, and fourth is ductility, and fifth is heat conduction, and sixth is conduction of electricity. So these are properties of metals and non-metals. You have to distinguish between metals and non-metals on the basis of appearance and on the basis of hardness and on the basis of ductility and on the basis of heat convention and on the basis of electricity. So first is appearance. So as we know, all metals shine means all metals are lusters and non-metal do not shine. So they are dull in appearance. All metals are shining appearance. So it is lusters and all non-metal do not shine means it has dull appearance. And second is hardness. So metal is hard and it can be changed into thin sheets. But non-metals are not hard, means it is a soft and it cannot be converted into thin sheets. And next is malleability. Malleability means it can be beaten into thin sheets. And what do you mean by the no, property of non-metal? It cannot be beaten into thin sheets. So it is a malleability property. And next is ductility property. What do you mean by ductility property? Metals, it can be changed into wires. So the all metals can be changed into the wires, but non-metal, it cannot be changed into wires. So next is heat conduction. As we know, they are good conductor of heat. Metals are good conductor of heat and non-metals are poor conductor of heat. So metals are good conductor of heat and non-metals are poor conductor of heat. And what about conduction of electricity? All metals are good conductor of electricity, but non-metals are bad conductor of electricity. So this is the property of metals and non-metals. So the property of metals are different from the property of non-metals. It is very opposite to the property of non-metals. So next question is, give reason for the following. First question is, aluminium foils are used to wrap items. So first question is, why we use aluminium foil to wrap the food items? Why we use aluminium foils to wrap food items? As we know, aluminium metal is malleable, means it can be changed into thin foils and it is a very cheaper metal. So the two reasons are there why we use aluminium foils. First is it is malleable and it can be changed into sheets. And second is it is cheaper. It is a cheaper metal, so we use it to wrap food items. Next is Immersion rods for heating liquids are made up of metallic substances. So we use rods for heating liquids as we use in the daily life. We use immersion rods for heating liquids, and it is made up of metallic substance. Why it is made up of metallic substance? Because metal is a very good conductor of heat and electricity. So metal is a very good conductor of heat and electricity. So the immersion rods for heating liquids, these are made up of metallic substances. So the metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. So the immersion rod for heating liquids are made up of metallic substances. So the immersion rods for heating liquids are made up of metallic substances because they are good conductor of heat. Because they are good conductor of heat. And next is copper cannot displace zinc from its sour solution. So why copper cannot displace zinc and why a displacement reaction does not occur? Because when we add copper into the zinc sulfate, as we know, is more reactive than copper. In the reactivity series, zinc is more reactive as compared to the copper. So it cannot displace zinc. So no reaction will be occur. So what is the copper not display solution? Because when we add copper into the zinc sulfate,
Shweta ma'am, unmute. Unmute. Shweta ma'am, unmute yourself. Shweta ma'am, unmute. Please unmute.
why sodium and potassium elements. So why we use sodium as reactive elements? So sodium and potassium and kerosene, because they are stored in kerosene, because they are highly reactive elements. They are highly reactive elements, so they are stored in the kerosene. And next is, can you store lemon pickle in aluminium utensils? Explain. So can you store lemon pickle in aluminium utensil? What is the material of aluminium utensil? It is a metal. If we store lemon pickle in aluminium metals, because in the lemon acid is present, so when acid reacts with metal, then it produces hydrogen gas. So it will produce hydrogen gas and it can spoil the pickle. So we cannot store the pickle in aluminium utensil, because in the lemon pickle they contain acids, and when they combine with the aluminium metal, then they produce hydrogen gas, and because of hydrogen gas, the all pickle can spoil. So we cannot store aluminium pickle. We cannot store the lemon pickle in aluminium utensil. So this is the reason why you cannot store lemon pickle in aluminium utensil, because they are because lemon pickle contains acid, and when they react with the aluminium metal, they produce hydrogen gas. So this can lead spoiling of the pickle. And next is, you have to match the substance given in the column A with the column B. So this is the match. Gold is used in jewelry. So gold is matched with the jewelry, and iron is used for machinery. So iron is matched with the machinery, and aluminium is used for wrapping foods. So aluminium is matched with wrapping food. And as we know, carbon is used as a fuel, so it is matched with the fuel. And as we know, copper is used for making electric wire, so it is matched with electric wire. And mercury is attached with the thermometers. As we know, we use mercury in the thermometers. So this is the matching of column A with the matching B. So next question is, what happens when dilute sulfuric acid is put up on a copper plate? What do you mean by dilute sulfuric acid? When water is mixed in any acid, then it is called dilute sulfuric acid. So when dilute sulfuric acid is put up on a copper plate, then what is the reaction? So then this is the reaction. Then when silver dilute sulfuric acid means H2SO4 is put up on a copper plate, so it is the reaction CuSO4 plus H2. So this is the reaction. And next is, iron nails are placed in the copper sulfate solution. So which is discussed in the last class. What is the reaction? When iron is put up into the copper sulfate solution, then iron sulfate is made and copper is made. So this is also an example of displacement reaction. So this is also an example of displacement reaction. What is displacement reaction? When iron is combined with the copper sulfate, then iron sulfate and copper is made. So this is the reaction of displacement reaction. And this is also an example of displacement reaction, in which iron is displaced by the copper is displaced by the iron, because iron is more reactive than copper. So this is the reason. And next is question number 10. Saloni took a piece of burning charcoal and collected the gas evolved in a test tube. How will she find the nature of the gas? So when Saloni take a piece of charcoal and